They laughed as she entered, a black woman at their exclusive Billionaire gala. Wine splashed across her face. Insults dripped from every corner, and their arrogance filled the room like smoke. They called her the help, mocked her smile, and told her to clean the mess. Cameras caught every second, but beneath her calm silence was power they couldn't fathom. Because the woman they just humiliated wasn't a servant. She was the unseen hand holding their company's survival. And with one phone call, she would erase their fortune, their name, and their legacy. Forever. The ballroom shimmered with wealth. Crystal chandeliers threw light across marble floors where tuxedos and diamonds moved like a rehearsed symphony of privilege. Waiters glided between tables carrying champagne on silver trays. At the center of it all stood the Vansell family, the untouchable heirs of industrial fortune, smiling for cameras that never saw their cruelty. Near the edge of the room, a woman waited for the noise to die down. She stood quietly, unnoticed, holding a glass of water while conversations fluttered around her. Her name was Imani Brooks, and she was not there to be seen. "Excuse me," said a woman with a glittering necklace, glancing at her glass. "Would you mind refreshing this?" Imani turned, calm and polite. "I don't work here." The woman blinked, confused, then chuckled. "Oh, I'm sorry, you just look like the staff." A man nearby laughed too loudly, eager to impress. "You people have such confidence these days." Imani said nothing. The words landed, but they didn't stay. She simply smiled faintly and walked toward the dessert table. But arrogance has a way of chasing dignity. Before she reached it, Richard Vansell, the patriarch himself, blocked her path with a practiced smirk. "Lost something, darling. The service corridor is that way." "I'm exactly where I belong," Imani replied softly. His wife, Elaine, leaned toward him, amused. "Richard, don't tease. She's probably one of the caterers." Laughter spread through their circle. Phones lifted. Someone whispered, "Oh, this is going online." A waiter, sensing tension, hurried over. "Sir, ma'am, please." Richard waved him off. "It's fine. She's just confused." He turned back to Imani, eyes glinting. "Tell you what, sweetheart, clean up that spill near the bar and we'll forget this little misunderstanding." The crowd tittered. The insult hung heavy in the air. Imani's expression didn't change. "Are you certain you want to speak to me that way?" "Oh, she's feisty," Elaine said, sipping her drink. "They all think they're CEOs now." "Maybe she's filming a social experiment," another guest said. "How the poor live among the rich." Richard chuckled. "If she is, she's learning the right lesson. Some tables aren't meant for everyone." That line earned a chorus of cruel laughter. Then came the wine. A young man, trying to show off, tripped near Imani and splashed his glass across her face. Red spread across her cheeks like a wound. The room froze for half a second. Then laughter roared louder. Imani set the empty glass aside, wiped her face with a napkin and whispered, "You just made the most expensive mistake of your lives." Richard snorted. "Is that a threat?" "No," she said, reaching for her phone. A confirmation. The air shifted. The laughter dimmed, replaced by a murmur of confusion. She dialed. "Daniel, it's Imani. Pull the contract." On the other end, her lawyer's voice was crisp. "Are you certain, ma'am?" "Completely," she said. "Cancel the acquisition of Vansell Industries. Effective immediately." Richard's smirk cracked. "What acquisition?" Imani turned the screen toward him. A video call opened. Her attorney sitting in a boardroom filled with executives, screens flashing Oren Dynamics holdings across the walls. "You're joking," Richard stammered. "That deal's worth billions." 5.2, Imani corrected. "Or it was." Elaine's wineglass trembled. You can't be serious." "I'm very serious," Imani said. "You see, I'm not staff. I'm the CEO of Oren Dynamics, and I came tonight to finalize the deal that would have saved your company from collapse." Gasps rippled through the room. A photographer lowered his camera. Guests turned to each other, whispering. Imani stepped closer. "You mocked the wrong woman." Richard's color drained. "Wait, this isn't what it looks like. My wife, she didn't know." "She knew exactly what she said," Imani cut in. "You all did. You looked at me and saw what you wanted to see. Now you'll live with what you earned." The room fell silent except for the faint hum of violins. Elaine started, voice shaking. We can apologize. Apologies don't rebuild bankrupt companies, Imani replied. But consequences do. Her phone buzzed again. She answered on speaker. Ms. Brooks, her CFO said. Press release is live. Media's been notified. The Vansell merger is officially terminated. Stock prices are already plunging. Richard stumbled back as if the floor shifted beneath him. No, this can't. Please, you don't understand what this will do. I understand perfectly, Imani said. You'll lose everything you built on arrogance. Every dollar, every deal, every friend who laughed with you tonight will vanish by sunrise. Elaine's voice broke. You can't destroy us for a misunderstanding. This wasn't a misunderstanding, Imani said. It was a reminder. Money can't buy respect. The crowd held their breath. Cameras recorded every second as Imani turned toward the stage, where the charity host, a trembling man in a tuxedo, stood frozen. She took the microphone gently from his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, she said, voice steady, commanding. Tonight's donations were meant to support the Vansell Foundation. Effective immediately, that fund no longer exists. Instead, every pledged dollar, along with the full $5.2 billion from the cancelled deal, will be redirected to create the Grace Equity Fund, a global initiative supporting women and minority entrepreneurs. The audience gasped. The host dropped his cue cards. Someone near the back clapped once, quietly. Then another joined, then another. The applause grew, rising from awkward to thunderous. Imani set the microphone down. That's what justice looks like, she said softly. She turned to leave. Behind her, Richard slumped into a chair, muttering, We're finished. Elaine buried her face in her hands. Guests pretended not to see them. The laughter that once filled the room was gone, replaced by the buzz of phones, notifications, and breaking news alerts. Outside the ballroom, reporters were already assembling. Headlines flashed across giant screens within minutes. Vansell family humiliates black CEO, loses $5.2 deal. By midnight, every financial network ran the footage. The Vansell's empire crashed before dawn. Partners withdrew, banks froze assets. Their name became a global warning of arrogance gone unchecked. A week later, Imani stood in a modest community center where her new foundation had opened its first office. Reporters asked why she didn't press charges. She smiled faintly. Losing everything was punishment enough. When asked if she'd ever speak to them again, she shook her head. Only to people who understand what respect costs and what it's worth. That clip alone went viral, captioned, Grace in Power. Their empire collapsed, but her message built something greater. Standing before young entrepreneurs, she said quietly, Power built on arrogance always falls, but dignity never does. If you believe respect can't be bought, prove it. Like this video, share it everywhere, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what moment hit you deepest. Subscribe today and turn on notifications so you never miss stories that expose arrogance and celebrate unstoppable dignity.